So I want you to think about asking yourself, this sounds a little bit morbid, but hello. If this is the last time I ever see this, what do I want to remember? So don't just glaze over that question. Really close your eyes as if it's already gone and think, if this is the last time I ever see this, what do I want to remember?
This is the Help Me See podcast, and I'm your host, Bianca Morra. I'm an artist, educator, and a self-admitted, highly functioning, anxiety-ridden mama who's obsessed with making meaning and art out of this one and only life. Something that seriously pains me is hearing someone say, I just wish I knew how important that was at the time. Or when I lay my head down at night and I think about all the times during the day with my kids that I was anything but present. It's exhausting, but I really believe that there's comforting news here. I believe that if we continue having conversations about intention and awareness, we can live more fulfilled lives and create amazing work. I hope you leave each episode feeling inspired by your everyday and a deep peace of knowing that you're not missing it. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk about everything that's right in front of us.
So today, I'm recording my intro with none other than my youngest son, Silas. I just record. if you if you watch on YouTube, you could see his face. I just finished recording my episode, and now I'm going to go back and record the intro now, because that's what I do, because I watch back the episode and look at all the things I missed talking about. Um Today's episode, I'm going over a little part of the freebie that I made for you all. And the thing that sparked that was I got the sweetest email from a new friend that downloaded it, that I met in one of the business programs that I was just in. And she just ended up sharing a really sweet story about her interpretation of it, and like some of the things that she does with her son naturally, and what are the things that she's going to be trying out and excited to do based on the freebie. And it just gave me such a like, oh yes, this is why I'm doing this. And I need to be better about talking about the resources I make and the things I do so that more people know about it. Right, Siley? Right. He's a little stuffy. Um, so yeah, that is what this episode's about. I really hope I really hope that you you go check it out and download it and let me know how you feel about it. Um, this mess behind me that you see. I swear that's my son. If you're not watching on YouTube, I did not just burp in your ear. um, the mess of post-it notes behind me are my outlining for my new course that I'm working on. So yeah, that's all my prefacing. I hope you enjoy this episode, and let's roll. Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Help Me See. I'm trying something new today. I am trying to see if I can record this podcast with video. I created a YouTube page because I love watching people have conversations. Unfortunately, there's no one on my show today. It's just me. So I'm talking to myself a little bit. But if you're curious and you're someone, my baby's coughing. If you're curious and you're someone that likes to have someone keeping you company in a tab on your computer while you're working, then feel free to check out my podcast YouTube page. All right, today's episode is going to be about that freebie that I made. It's called See Nostalgia Now: 3 Ways to Save Your Memories Before They're Gone. I created this freebie because Well, first of all, anything I create is because I truly obsessively care about it. I'm a little bit of an extremist, and I either care so deeply that it makes me sick to my stomach, or I don't care so severely that I can't even read 2 sentences about a topic. and and what falls on either side of that, it's anybody's guess, and it is super super odd and specific. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, so I created this freebie because it's really important to me, regardless of whether you're hiring someone to save your memories or not. Um, as a photographer myself, that is completely besides the fact. I want to empower you to save your memories um, in whatever way is best for you. So that freebie consists of really easy, super simple ways that you'll probably be like, "Duh, of course I've thought of this," um, or kind of unique ways that you might not have thought of that seem really effortless for you that you can implement into your life. Either way, if you just take one extra picture or screenshot or whatever that I suggest um, in the next week of your life, I will be forever fulfilled. And I'd love to hear about it. So feel free to send me an email at hello@biancaleamore.com and let me know how you did it, or DM me on Instagram. My podcast Instagram is Help Me See. Okay, so let's get into it. What is nostalgia? Let's just start with this definition. It's a word that I use a lot because I can't find any other word that is as all encompassing as that. Um, so what is nostalgia? It's a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations. I consider nostalgia something so beautiful and so horrendous at the same time. I consider it a cruel magic trick because I feel like I'm constantly in this never ending cycle of yearning and missing it, yearning, glorifying it, romanticizing it, and then zoning out completely. Um, it's something that a quote that I love actually depicts really, really well. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. It's Milan Kundera. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. The quote is: "There would seem to be nothing more obvious and more tangible and palpable than the present moment, and yet it eludes us completely. All the sadness of life lies in that fact. In the course of a single second, our senses of sight, of hearing, of smell register, knowingly or not, a swarm of events and a parade of sensations and ideas passes through our head. Each instant represents a little universe, irrevocably forgotten in the next instant." And if that just doesn't send you into a complete panic, I don't know. Perhaps we're not similar people, because that makes me want to throw up. It's so true. Every instant can be so just full of everythingness, and we can just be sitting there missing it. Just like, uh, I just feel like we're in a time where we're so fortunate to have so many resources to like help us see things with the magnifying glass that we need, with cameras, or the powerful tools of our phones in our hand nonstop. But we just don't. And our videos and everything is just getting shorter and shorter and less intentional, I feel, over time. Could you imagine if we had photos or videos of our great 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 grandpa just drinking a beer rather than standing super stiff staring at a camera like all those old pictures were, because it was such a rare thing to get your photo taken or to have that documentation of yourself. It was so lucky. um so let's not waste it. All right, let's move on. So in this freebie, I'm just going to go over one part of it. I'll let you go and download if you're interested in hearing the rest. So it's broken up into 3 sections: see, hear, and save. And each of those sections has a couple of tools that I'll use and a couple of personal anecdotes for ways that I've used them. I'm going to talk about see today. So I want you to think about asking yourself, this sounds a little bit morbid, but hello. If this is the last time I ever see this, what do I want to remember? So don't just glaze over that question. Really close your eyes as if it's already gone and think, if this is the last time I ever see this, what do I want to remember? Um, as a side note, I will once again reference the present family, Joy Donny Prouty, that course I took. Something that I took from that course that I still use and I try to use every time I pick up my camera. When I get that feeling of, oh, I want to take a picture of this, I will think about why. So instead of taking the picture very absent-mindedly and just consuming in order to spawn some more intent, I'll take a picture and think, why am I taking a picture of this? And really think about it. Like, what is happening right now? Why? Is it the way my son's laughing or crawling or the rush that I got? And so when you're taking that time, there's like a scientific thing that happens that Joy is so great about explaining the link between like what scientifically is happening and also just the wonderful emotional aspect of it as well. Um, it's further solidifying that moment and kind of seeping you deeper into it. So you're not just taking a picture and then it's gone, like the moment's gone. You're embedding it into your brain further. And I love that. So that is something that I try to exercise while I'm using the, photographs in a way where I'm trying to save moments. So I have in my ideas, a couple of them that I've listed are obviously photographs, but taking screenshots while you're on FaceTime. That's something I do all the time with my family. My poor family, they don't even know when I'm doing it. But I love it. I don't live close to them, and FaceTime is our way of seeing each other. Um, or like close friends that I don't live by anymore. Like when we're having a really fun conversation that I miss being a part of in real life, I'll just screenshot them like a big creep. Um, text screenshots actually. So if someone says something really sweet to me or just something sentimental, I'll take a text or screenshot of the text because we all know one day we'll lose all of our text messages. Or even if we don't, even if we're hoarding them like I am, we're never going to scroll back months ago and read all those text messages. So just take a screenshot if it's something that hits home for you. Something that I am a huge advocate for is getting a camcorder. It can be an inexpensive one. I don't care what it is. I'm sure the more inexpensive it is, the more trendy the footage will appear. The low quality footage, it's actually quite charming. There's something about a camcorder that makes you take so much more video of your nothingness. When I'm holding my camcorder, I can film for 20 minutes or more. With my phone, I don't know, it's just so transient. It's like, I don't know, a couple seconds, and if my kid doesn't do something cute or what I deem, eventful in that time, the video is over. Try to think about 10 years from now when your kids are all grown or your pet or whoever it is, seeing a video, a precious video, and having it end after 30 seconds. Like right now, 30 seconds, pretty decent length of video. But when you don't have that anymore, when that moment in time is gone, 30 seconds will drive me nuts. Like I want to keep rolling. I want to see. I don't care if nothing's going on. That's something that I'm so thankful for with my father. He, back when video cameras were like the size of a medium-sized dog where you'd have to hold it on your shoulder, he would just film nothingness, just nothingness of our everyday, and it was everything. That's my new thing as well. Nothingness is everything. That's that's just it. And I'm so thankful that I can look into our everyday before I was able to start having memories. Um, it's just like magic for me. And I want to do that for my kids. So, yes, huge proponent of a camcorder over cell phone videos. And then another reason why those camcorders are so precious is because, kind of bouncing off my last episode talking about how there's usually one partner in a relationship that's not in the picture as much as they want to be, or they're the ones doing the filming usually. With camcorders, you can set up your camcorder and just film. Like sometimes I'll set up my camcorder across the room, hit record where I know that we're in the frame on the couch, and just hang out with my kids. And sometimes I'll even just forget it's there. Um, and that I find really important. So my anecdote in the freebie PDF is kind of creepy, but when I found out I was pregnant for the first time with my son, I woke up super early in the morning because I was waiting to try. I mean, we had been trying for like 4 months, 4 or 5 months. And I was up at like 5 a.m. and I saw the super faint line. And I knew from what I was obsessively looking up, um, that if there's a line at all, it means yes, there's that hormone in you. So I obviously couldn't go back to sleep. I was freaking out. And then my partner was still sleeping, and he sleeps like a hibernating bear nonstop. Um, Not nonstop, but if he's out, and he likes to sleep in. um, Anyway, so I was thinking really hard about how I was going to tell him. And I ended up setting my camera up in a position where I knew he was going to be sitting, and just started rolling. So then as he was sitting there, I like walked over and sat on his lap and just pulled out the stick and showed him. And it was just really sweet because I got to be in it too. It wasn't just me recording him. And plot twist, I didn't tell him that I recorded that video for a year. I just kept the video, and then I ended up gifting it to him as a sweet surprise. Some people might find that sweet, some people might find that creepy. I don't know. But it's just really a really precious memento to have. Um, what else do I have here? Oh yeah, I already talked about screenshotting. How I screenshot everything and everyone. No one's safe. I don't. Isn't is that allowed even? Are you supposed to record people without their consent if it's your family? um. So yeah, I hope that those quick stories just sparked some ideas for you. I think my dream job would be to be a memory consultant of sorts. I like to impose my will for what people document in their lives. like, like one of my best friend, she's getting ready to wean, or she was weaning, breastfeeding, and I told her, wait, uh, take take selfies and take a video of your last session together. Like it's not often that you get the chance to know when the last time of something is in life in general, especially with kids. But like, when's the last time they fit in the swaddle where you could just wear them? You don't know until you decide, I'm not going to put them in that one day. This day, I'm going to wear them on the heavier duty one. And then you don't know when the last time was that you held them. So I love trying to think ahead as much as possible and saving those moments. Again, I'm fully aware of the fact that my brain is probably making me miss out on the nowness of a lot of things, being so fixated on the fear of it leaving and being gone. But hey, we all got something to work on, don't we? Um, okay. So that's what I have for today. I I would love to hear what you guys think and if any of this resonated with you as usual. It's TBD if I continue to record videos with this because in order for this podcast to be enduring and something that I do every week, I need to be comfortable with it. I'm a person that needs to be comfortable at all times. Like these days, me dressing up is what I did for you today, putting on lipstick while wearing my comfy clothes. Even when I worked in corporate, I worked in a photo studio for like 6 years, and if we were having a standing meeting in the studio, I was the first one to pop a squat on the floor and just be the only one awkwardly sitting on the concrete floor because I have to be comfortable. Actually, no, one of my coworkers would join me too. We were bonded by the fact that we hated standing. Yeah, that was also something living in San Francisco. If you'd ever get on the bus and there was a seat and people would just still stand because they'd say, "Oh, I've been sitting all day." I never understood that. I don't, but there's a seat, but you can sit down, especially on a moving vehicle. I don't, I don't know. Maybe I sound lazy, but that's just the realness of it. All right. Okay. Well, I hope that this was useful for you. Again, if you're interested in this freebie, go ahead to my website, biancaleamorra.com. And if you're on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, BMORRA Morra, I have a link in bio so you can click it and sign up and get this freebie to your inbox. And just let me know how you enjoy it. All right. Till next time.